Hi everyone, delonewolf here, and I'm back with an update in EVE Online. So while I'm going to bring some Mexalon to a station where I can contract it to the corporation, and I'm also moving a few faction items that I got from rats while mining, I thought I'd give you guys a quick update on the status of our transition in a larger alliance. So at the moment we're basically settling in a little bit, and this 650,000 Mexalon is going to yield me like 35 million ISK, something like that, in a contract to the corporation. And so that's basically the preparation that I've been doing. Is I've been mining and doing missions, earning some ISK, and then I'm investing that ISK in the ships that I will need here. So as some of you may know, we have like a whole operation with mission ships and transport ships and all that in Iona, in Galente space, but I don't want to move all those ships over here. So instead what I'm doing is earning ISK and investing that in new ships to help out in the alliance operations. And right now I'm gathering some PvP ships. I just learned how to fly the Drake, so I'm working on all the Tech 2 missiles and shield slots, so that I can buy a few Drakes as well for some PvP operations. You never know if a war pops up or something like that. So yeah, that's what we've been doing to prepare for the alliance at the moment, making some money while playing with them, and then investing all that money in ships, modules, whatever we need in order to have some fun here. So I'm going off in Nibale right about now, yep. And I had actually prepared a video about the final phase of the planetary interaction in order to make some post fuels. Unfortunately, I made a mistake and lost half the footage, so I'm just going to have to cover it very quickly right here. Because if I look at my jobs, the manufacturing of Galente fuel blocks is done. Oh, and I see that my Omen blueprint in Charmer out, which is in Galente space, is also done. So I'll have to jump clone this week in order to get that one going again. But yeah, the first Galente fuel blocks have been made successfully, and then we'll have a look at what I have left of planetary interaction goods. It turned out I didn't have enough ice yet to fully use 2 weeks of PI stuff and convert them all into Galente fuel blocks. And come on, let's go. But I still have a pretty good idea on what I need to do. So let's have a look at what. Oh, let's start by get jobs, and then that one is ready, so I can simply click on deliver. It goes out of the list, and then right here we have 3,320 Galente fuel blocks, estimated price 17.5 million ISK. No, a piece, so 58 million ISK, and that's in I think around 2 weeks worth of PI if you do it a bit correctly, because I did have a few gaps and a few wrong cycles and stuff like that. And there is the BPO, and then let's have a look at what I have left. 1600 coolants, 1100 enriched uranium, 783 mechanical parts, and 28 robotics. So, and then I have plenty of what is the final one, oxygen or something like that, from one of the gas planets. Strange that it isn't in this list. Or is that actually a bottleneck? Ooh, that's interesting. I hadn't even seen it. No, right there. Here it is. Right there, the oxygen is still 9,500 left. So the bottleneck in my PI is the robotics. That is obviously the planet that is yielding the lowest amount of PI stuff that I need. That's pretty normal, since it's constantly working at around half the yields that the other planets for the P2s have, because it has to create both consumer electronics and mechanical parts on a single planet. So if you could do like a 6th planet and get a 2nd one up for robotics, and then make that a bit more efficient than what I have going now, you could come close, I think, to a decent cycle for PI for fuel blocks. But since the skill in order to get a 6th planet is going to take quite some time, a lot more than what I want to invest in it, I'm going to ask my brother probably to set up an extra robotics planet, and then the rest I'll just invest myself with some ISK in order to make these Gallente fuel blocks. But I think 3,320 Gallente fuel blocks in a few weeks of PI is not a bad result, and there's still actually 28 robotics left. So my real bottlenecks for this production cycle was actually the ice product, so I'll need to do some ice mining, but I would say it was pretty successful, and in my opinion the planetary interaction for post-fuels is probably the most stable income you can get from all the different possibilities. Now I'm sure that there's a lot higher ISK that can be made from other kind of stuff, but it would also probably require a lot more planning and a lot more energy in order to get that out of it. So yeah, while post-fuels is probably the lazy man's way of doing PI, I think for casual players and for high-sec PI it's ideal, and I think this is pretty successful. So yeah, that's it. I'm going off in order to contract this mech salon. It's a very nice scheme that the Alliance has going. You know, I can simply contract it to the corporation. They have a nice tool that tells me exactly how much all this mineral is going to go for on the contracts, that gets updated constantly. Very handy, and it gets bought in 24 hours, and there is a maximum of 40 million ISK per day that you can make that way, but that's already a decent amount of mining. And since I'm also keeping some of it in order to make some Taloses and Vexors, which I have some BPCs ready, yeah, it's a pretty nice scheme in order for me to start building on a PvP fleet, which I have over here in Mare, where I've started with the Brutix, and I'm probably going to invest in a few Drakes soon. And yeah, I'm off to go and do that contract, and I'll see you guys next time.